So what is the diet for a yogi for manifestation?
For manifestation?
Yeah.
I've always thought that yogi don't eat. Like they always fast, or like they would just have fruits.
I think you
Yeah.
should just do yoga.
Pose.
I need a carrot. Somehow manage to get down. And eat.
Okay. Girls. I don't know what they're talking about here, okay? But anyway, you guys might be wondering, what do yogis eat? And how is the perfect recipe for manifestation? Now here you're looking at noodles and Chinese leaf and all this type of stuff, but actually it's got nothing to do with that. We're gonna dive deep into it and you're gonna cook and come dine with us in this session. It's gonna be a lot of fun and we're gonna talk you through what you need to miss out to keep your third eye open for channeling. So when it comes to the yogic diet, there's a few things that we need to bear in mind. Number one, we have no onion, no garlic, and you're probably be wondering why, which we're going to explain to you in a moment. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, which is already crispy noodle, we're going to soften it, then we re-crisp it.
Yes.
So you'll know why when we cook it. It's beautiful. A lot of people always ask about the no onion, no garlic diet and why we do it. Actually, if we just attack one at a time, okay? First of all, if you look in a lot of movies, what do they use garlic for?
Vampires.
Have you seen them? Yes, vampires, exactly, right? So actually, I always say there's a lot of truth in a lot of movies because garlic is very powerful medicine, actually. And so that's why you'll see a lot of health magazines and things like that say that there's certain benefits for joints and certain things and curing certain problems with the body. But because when we practice yoga every single day and we practice asanas and we know how to practice the right asanas, we don't actually need to take garlic, because garlic is good for the physical body but not so good for the spiritual body, not so good for the connection actually, so it dims a part of the brain. We're going to talk a little bit more about it later. So the second thing that we take out of our diet is onion. And we always say if we take, like, let's say naturally our body kind of gives us an indication whether something's actually good for our body or not. What happens when we cut onion?
We cry.
So this is like a reaction from the body already telling you, hey, actually this is a very powerful thing, and there's different uses for different medicines and different things. But everything that we see right now, if you go into any supermarket, you'll see all sauces, all chips, everything contains onion and garlic. And there's a reason for that as well, is because there's certain parts of this part here that it needs to kind of contain to keep the world at peace. Otherwise, if everybody was on a certain level of consciousness, actually everybody would be, imagine everybody woo-woo and spiritual and crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a reason behind everything, and there's a system in place. You'll see actually what's happening here is she's trying to open the tins anyway. So here we have what we call mock chicken. There's mock duck and mock chicken. They're actually really, really cool representations of it, because you can see there's actually skin going on, like chicken skin, can you imagine? And this is all made from like vegetarian soya and everything, so it's really, really nice. We have that. Especially us vegetarians, we feel like it tastes like
chicken.
It tastes like meat, right?
Well, it smells like, not this one, I have duck.
Oh,
but
duck.
not
Well,
chicken.
it's similar anyway. And the reason why we do this is, and a lot of people ask, they say, oh, are you vegan? Are you not? Actually, our practice is not for veganism. So if we know that the milk has come from a cow where there's practice of compassion and things like that, actually milk is fine also. So the practice in our line, in our lineage, is all about compassion. And so we are talking about when the energy that is held when the animals are killed and things like that, because energy can never be lost. So when it carries that energy, then we consume that energy, we become what we eat. That's why they say you are what you eat. Anyway, we're gonna fry these things together with everything else, and I think dinner should be ready soon. So what I'm doing now is I'm turning on this grill here. Usually we'll actually, like I used to work in a restaurant, so we would do this in a wok. But we actually put a lot of oil in, and we have this grill pan, so we can use it here. What I'll do is I'll drop some vegetable oil on this grill plate here.
Yes.
we do. This one.
And then we also have one of these things that will help sweep and get the oil around.
That's what I did too.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And then what we do is we take the noodles that we've just boiled and we've just drained in cold water. That's it. By the way, whenever we cook noodles, and this is what a lot of people don't know, we actually drain it in cold water. Why? Because if you don't, what will happen is the warm water will keep absorbing inside the noodles and it gets softer and softer and softer, then it goes mushy. When you apply cold water, what happens is it stays like, there's this like, what do you call it? Like elasticy, bouncy, rubbery. I don't even know if that sounds appealing anymore. Anyway, we're gonna put this on here so the noodles will go directly on the hot plate. And basically what it's doing is it's gonna grill it and it's gonna create this crispy noodle effect. Now, crispy noodles are very, very nice when you have like a sauce type of dish that goes on top of it. So that's what we're gonna make on top of this. So we make sure to dry the wok, make sure there's no water in there at all so that you don't get all the splash back, okay? We put the fire on like crazy high, and this is as crazy as a range master can get, but if we were actually in a Chinese restaurant, the flame would be a turbo flame that comes up here, which cooks a lot faster. But we want the fastest flame and we want the heat on full. We want to heat up the oil as much as we can, because when we do that, we get to lock in the nutrients inside all of the veg. Instead of slow cooking, which is going to slowly get rid of all of the vitamins and everything that goes in there. I'm going to drop the carrots in there first. The reason why I drop carrots in there first is because it takes a lot longer. So we get the carrots in there first and make sure to leave it there for a while, and then we put the rest of the ingredients in. So after I do that, what I do is I'll drop the Chinese leaf in. It looks like there's a, this is like gem lettuce, is that what it's called? Yeah, this isn't actually Chinese leaf. Oh, romaine lettuce is it? Ah, that's what they use in salads. So usually we use Chinese leaf, but this one will do for today. So usually salads and things, leaves, they usually be very, very quick. So you can't leave it in there for too long, otherwise again it'll go all soggy and it's not really what we're looking for, right? And then what I'll do here you can see I have some bamboo shoots, so drop the bamboo shoots inside here. By the way, usually we don't have so much tin food, but right now I'm sure it's the same with you guys, depending on where you are around the world, like everything's on lockdown. So we're eating lockdown food. Right, ready? So now the water chestnuts have also gone in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the 2 tins of chicken inside there. So our mock chicken, not so chicken. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the sweet corn inside there. So you can see actually it's a very colourful dish that's happening here. I always like to mix the colours up. That's why a lot of the time you get the carrots, we'll give the oranges, you get the sweet corn, we'll give the yellows, and then you got all the greens going on. So I always like a colourful dish. It's always more aesthetically pleasing, no? Okay, from here what we do is we drop the salt in, and what we use here is Himalayan salt, which is the best salt ever. So drop some salt in there. And by the way, I don't know what it is, but with our family cooking and everything, we never measure things. I know that a lot of people like to measure things, but we don't measure. We play this game. We've played it a long time. This one is ginger powder, so a bit of ginger powder. Obviously fresh ginger is better, but like I said, we're in lockdown, so everything we're using powders and tins now. White pepper we got going on. Some white pepper, drop it in there. Okay, and give that a mix. So I'm going to take some coriander leaf and drop some coriander leaf in there, okay? And then I'm going to drop a little bit of this chili oil in, just a tiny bit, okay? Because not everybody can eat so much chili, so a tiny bit, a drop there just to give it a bit of spice. Now, this is time to get the sauce going, so I'm going to add some Maggi here for seasoning. not that muggy, this muggy. Okay, so here muggy. And then I've got some Japanese soy sauce here, which I'm going to drop in. So roughly around this much will be enough for me, soy sauce. Then we're complete. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop some sesame oil inside here also. So drop some sesame oil, we'll add to the flavoring. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop a little bit of water to create the sauce. Oh, nobody gave me any water. So water, okay, that'll give me the sauce. So I'll need to bring the water to boil. Preferably, you would actually boil the water beforehand so that it's ready. Okay. Okay, so what we do, now that the water's been in there, what we're looking for is to bubble up. Once it's bubbled up, what we take is either corn flour or potato starch. Now this is like a thickening agent to actually make because right now you'll see that the sauce is very liquidy. Okay, so how do we make it into like the thick sauce? We just add a bit of corn flour. So make sure you be careful how much you add here, don't go over the top. So here we'll slowly add to the sides, and we need to mix fast, otherwise it forms like a jelly on the side, right? So we add a little bit in, then we mix and keep it bubbling. Then we'll see how thick it's gotten. Okay, so now it's thickened just slightly. And then we just continue to add. Where it's boiling, add a little bit and give it a mix. Okay, this way you'll see that the sauce right now is thickening already. Okay, but it's still a little bit on the watery side, so we're going to add a little bit more again to the edges where it's bubbling, and then mix it up, and that should be around enough to have a nice, beautiful sauce going on now. That looked a little bit weird, huh? I don't know what they were trying to do, okay? But right now, you shouldn't be doing things like that, especially with different germs going around, okay? We're gonna eat now. Don't think I didn't know you were there. I seen you spying on us all along. We're just enjoying our food right now. There's a few things that I forgot to finish off with. What's the funny thing? There's a few things that I forgot to finish off with, which was, Faith, are you okay? Come here. She wants to be in shot. She's keep like asking to be in shot, okay? So there's a few things. Now you're happy. A few things to finish off on is, one is mushroom. We also cancel out mushroom because mushroom has some, not just magic mushrooms, right? But all mushrooms, they have some sort of thing that actually distorts the brain just slightly. This practice actually is not for everyone. It's an extremist practice, but it's because from a perspective of, let's say, if you are guiding people, then your mind needs to be full in clarity. Your alignment needs to be so perfect. So that's why for us it's slightly different practice. Actually, to be honest with you, the majority of people, whether they take onion, garlic, mushroom or not, and these things, it won't make too big a difference. Slight difference it'll make, but won't make too big unless you actually get a command from a master to actually do certain practices. Obviously, egg we cut out, meat we cut out, onion, garlic. So these things will help us get clarity in our head. Have our alignment of all energy, chakra points open, everything to be more connected with the divine, so that we can actually connect and speak to it on a deeper level. So that's why it enhances manifestation, because the channel is clear. Other than that, let me move this out the way. I just want to say a big thank you for you guys tuning in, and hope you guys enjoyed this new style vlog. We have a new member of our team here there, who actually did all of this awesome editing and filming that's happening. Well, I hope it's going to be awesome anyway. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing it'll be awesome at this stage, right? So all that you see in here, credit goes to Kia. And yeah, if you enjoyed this vlog, you enjoyed the cooking, you enjoyed the style of it, just hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below, let us know any recipes that you have or anything you want me to cook next time. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already,
remember
to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we're signing out. Ciao.